Greetings to everyone. A very warm good morning from Alexandria, Egypt, and a hello to all the delegates attending both virtually and in person in Singapore. It is a true honor to have this platform at the 5th edition of the International Conference of Public Health 2026 to present on the topic of health-related quality of life of under 5 children with Down syndrome and the sociodemographic correlates. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will share findings found by examining the health-related quality of life of these young children in Egypt and the socio-demographic factors which the health-related quality of life is associated with. 2 days from now, on March 21st, the world will observe the annual World Down Syndrome Day. You might be wondering now, why was this specific date, 21st March, the 21st day of the third month, selected to be the annual World Down Syndrome Day? The answer to this question lies in genetics. Down syndrome occurs when an individual has a full or partial extra copy of chromosome 21, meaning the 21st chromosome is present in 3 copies. This third copy of chromosome 21 alters the course of embryonic development, resulting in several associated health issues, including these characteristic dysmorphic facial features, intellectual disability, musculoskeletal health problems, congenital heart diseases, and respiratory health problems. Now that we have established what Down syndrome is, let's turn to the core of our research: health-related quality of life. Please keep this acronym HRQOL in your minds, as you will see it numerous times throughout this presentation. Health-related quality of life is defined by the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, as an individual's or a group's perceived physical and mental health over time. Why was this topic chosen to be researched? The first reason is the incidence rate of Down syndrome. Worldwide, Down syndrome has an incidence of 1 in every 1,000 live births. Moreover, in Egypt, the incidence rate is notably higher at 1 in every 555 live births. Down syndrome is the most common chromosomal disorder and the most common single genetic cause of intellectual disability. The second reason is the importance of measuring health-related quality of life. First, measuring health-related quality of life helps justify the allocation of limited health system resources to the groups with the lower health-related quality of life. Second, it helps assess the effectiveness of medical interventions. Simply put, the higher the health-related quality of life yielded by a medical intervention, the better and the more successful that intervention is. Ultimately, by providing these vital metrics, measuring health-related quality of life directly helps in designing more effective public health policies. The third reason is the shortage of evidence. Before conducting our research, there was only one study that measured the health-related quality of life of under 5 children with Down syndrome. Furthermore, that single study investigated the relationship of health-related quality of life to only one socio-demographic correlate, which is maternal education. Given this rationale, our research team established 2 primary objectives for this study. First, to measure the health-related quality of life in under 5 children with Down syndrome, ultimately categorizing their health-related quality of life as good, fair, or poor. Second, to investigate the association between these health-related quality of life levels and the various socio-demographic characteristics of both the children and their caregivers. Now, let us discuss the subjects and the methods utilized in this research. The study design utilized was cross-sectional. To be included in the research, subjects had to be children under 5 years of age with Down syndrome, strictly confirmed by chromosomal karyotyping. Based on these parameters, the calculated sample size was 267 children. All eligible children to be included in the study were recruited consecutively until the calculated sample size was fulfilled. What data collection tool was used? A pre-designed structured interview questionnaire was utilized. This questionnaire was divided into 2 main parts. The first part was designed to collect the socio-demographic data. Do you see my shared screen? Please, do you see my shared screen? The PowerPoint presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The first part was designed to collect the socio-demographic data. The second part was dedicated to collecting data about the children's health-related quality of life. The first part covered 3 main areas: the child's data, the parents' data, and the socioeconomic class data. Importantly, this first section had been validated for both content and phase validity. The second part was the TAPCOL questionnaire. Regarding the child's data, the following 4 points were collected: the child's age, sex, whether the child attended an educational place, either a nursery or kindergarten, and who the child's primary care provider was. Concerning the parents' data, information was collected on 6 key variables: their ages, education levels, occupations, marital status, consanguinity, and whether they had attended any counseling sessions. Moving to socioeconomic class data, a score was calculated using the scale updated by Fahmy et al. The information collected for this scale included computer use, per capita income, family size, the crowding index, and the access to sewage and waste disposal. Ultimately, this scale categorizes the participants into 3 distinct classes: high, medium, and low. As previously mentioned, to measure the health-related quality of life of the sampled children, the TAPCOL questionnaire was utilized, which stands for the Netherlands Organization for Applied Scientific Research Preschool Children Quality of Life Scaled Questionnaire. Because our study required an Arabic tool, our research team translated the English version into Arabic and linguistically validated the translation. The detailed steps of this validation process, along with the full Arabic version of the tool, were published in an original article in 2025. This resultant Arabic version earned approval from the Netherlands Organization to be uploaded on their official webpage as the official Arabic version of the TAPCOL questionnaire. The TAPCOL questionnaire measures parents' perceptions of their children's health-related quality of life over the past 3 months, calculated as a percent score. It is used for preschool children aged 2 to 48 months. The questionnaire is composed of 4 domains, which are physical functioning, cognitive functioning, social functioning, and the emotional functioning domains. Summing the scores of these 4 domains yields the overall health-related quality of life percent score. A higher overall TAPCOL score indicates a better health-related quality of life. Based on this, we classified the outcomes into 3 categories: poor health-related quality of life for scores below 50%, fair for scores of 50 to less than 75%, and good health-related quality of life for scores of 75% and above. Having established the methodology, let's us now direct our attention to the results of this research. Looking at the sociodemographic data of the sampled children, nearly 1/3 fell into the age group of 6 months to less than 1 year. Just over 1/2 were males. The majority did not go to any educational place. For the vast majority, mother and father together were the caregivers, and a great proportion were with a history of non-consanguineous marriages. Concerning the sociodemographic data of the mothers of the sampled children, more than 1/3 were in the 30 to less than 40 years age group. The great proportion were not working. And over 1/3 had completed secondary school or obtained a diploma as an educational level. Turning to the sociodemographic data of the fathers of the sampled children, similar to the mothers, more than 1/3 were in the 30 to less than 40 years age group. Just over 1/3 were manual workers, and nearly 1/3 had completed secondary school or a diploma mirroring the educational level of the mothers. Regarding the marital status of the parents, the vast majority were married. With respect to the socioeconomic classes of the families, an almost perfectly even split was observed. Nearly half were of a medium socioeconomic level, and an almost equal proportion were of a high level. Having concluded the description of the sociodemographic data, it is time to look at a core finding in our research which achieved our first objective: the health-related quality of life measured by the TAPCOL scale. Among the 4 domains of the questionnaire, the emotional functioning domain earned the highest mean percent score, indicating that the sampled children showed the best health-related quality of life in that area. Overall, the health-related quality of life mean percent score for the entire sample was approximately 77%. To break down this score further, let us look at how the children were distributed across the 3 health-related quality of life categories. As highlighted on the chart, more than 1/2 of the sampled children had a good health-related quality of life. Let us turn to the results which achieved our second aim: the association between the measured health-related quality of life and the sociodemographic characteristics of the children and their parents. Regarding the children, health-related quality of life showed a statistically significant association with age and sex. The highest scores indicating the best health-related quality of life were found in the 1 to less than 1.5 years age group and among females. Moving to the parents' data, health-related quality of life showed a statistically significant association with mother's age, father's work, and marital status. The highest scores indicating the best health-related quality of life were found among children whose mothers were under 20 years old, whose fathers held professional jobs, and whose parents were married. Bringing our results section to a close, let us look at the association between the overall TAPCOL scores and the socioeconomic class. As highlighted on the chart, nearly 2/3 of the studied children from a medium socioeconomic class had a good health-related quality of life. However, it is important to note that this association was not statistically significant. This brings us to the final conclusion of our study. A good health-related quality of life is significantly associated with multiple sociodemographic factors. These include the child's age, specifically 1 to less than 1.5 years old, the child's sex, being female, the mother's age, being younger than 20 years old, the father's occupation, holding a professional job, and finally, the marital status, being married parents. Finally, based on the study conclusions, the following 4 recommendations are proposed. First, improving the overall educational level provided to individuals. Second, facilitating the provision of more professional jobs. Third, training pediatricians and other healthcare professionals on the practical application of health-related quality of life measuring tools in their health facilities. And fourth, conducting further research and investigations to detect the other factors which the health-related quality of life is associated with in under 5 children with Down syndrome. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I would be more than happy to answer any questions or receive any comments.